Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today, we are updating the quarterback tier list. It's been, I think, exactly a month since the last quarterback tier list. And to be honest, not that many quarterbacks have come out since the last one, but I do feel like there is a little bit of movement near the top. I also did kind of move some names around that I had some different opinions on now than what I had a month ago. So there is some movement still. And of course, we're going to be adding, Peyton, Eli, Will Levis, those guys to the tier list, which are some pretty big top-end names. By the way, if there is a new top-end quarterback, whoever it is that comes out on Thursday, I will pin a comment down below or talk about it in, the grade video, or if I do a gameplay, I'll talk about where he would end up on the tier list come Thursday. I am expecting there to probably be a good quarterback that comes out, and I'm also expecting there to be a Ring of Honor quarterback because there wasn't one last year. My guess would be Mike Vick because he's obviously a Madden legend and hasn't had an upgrade in a minute. It just kind of makes sense for it to be Mike Vick. But yeah, before we get started, of course, if you are part of the 63% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, what are we doing? I post daily Madden 24 content, gameplays, tier list, best budget cards, best cards at each position. I rate your teams, all that stuff every single day for the entirety of Madden 24. So, of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. I will be live tonight on Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern. I better see you there. Link down in the description. 8 p.m. Twitch. You better be there. You better be there, man. Okay, I know we've already talked about Troy Aikman before, in one of these videos, but I want to touch on him again. So, Aikman's release, he does have Slinger 3. Slinger 3 is becoming a pretty popular release, as it's the same that Peyton Manning has. And also, it is the same that, that Anthony Richardson has as well. So, Slinger 3, pretty popular release. My thing with Slinger 3, obviously, release is one of the biggest things on a quarterback, where other positions really don't have, releases. Things like that make them different. It's just kind of stats and abilities, where quarterback kind of have that third element. So, Slinger 3 is a release to me that I don't love it. It can be quick. I think when you're going down the field, it's very quick. But when you're getting blitzed, especially this year with the amount of X factors and things like that, when you got to throw the ball to the flat, Slinger 3 just kind of falls short to me. I do like Aikman's speed a lot. I do like it a lot. And for the ability setups, you probably would go backyard QB, getting a hot route master there, and then you would probably go gunslinger and set feet. So you have gunslinger, set feet, hot route, which is kind of like the God stack for just, what is that? 1 or 2 AP, 2 AP, and then you could also toss on gift wrap as well. So to me, that setup with good speed, like fine speed, you know what I mean? He's got good enough speed where he could definitely do that. Slinger 3 release, which is it's not great, but it's also not awful. But just being able to have that cheap stack on Aikman, again, the only problem, and what I think keeps him out of it kind of, I don't know if it keeps him out of S tier to me. I don't know if it does, but the problem is with Hot Route Master being something that's an AKA that turns on and comes back, it always feels like when you need that X factor to light up, it's not there for you. That's kind of what it always feels like. So that's kind of the only problem with me with backyard QB. That's the only problem. So Aikman to me, he's an S-A tier guy. To me, he could really be in either. I think for now I'm going to put him at A tier. I'm going to try to be a little more strict up here at S tier. So I'm going to put Aikman at A tier for today because I think his ability setup is great. It's cheap, but you're getting what you pay for because you're getting an X factor that can maybe not be there when you need to call a big play. And that's a problem. Simple as that. The next man up is Aaron Rodgers. This card is honestly not bad. I mean, he's just a pocket QB with no extra X factor or extra kind of gimmick. He's just your basic QB, but he is Aaron Rodgers. So he's going to have the Slinger 1 release, which to me is a top 2 release in the game. I still love Slinger 1. To me, it's not as good deep as it's been in years past, but it's still one of the best short releases in the game. Traditional 4 is obviously, I think, the best because it has a very quick, super quick, deep release. But to me, Slinger 1, if you're going short, it is just glitchy. And really, you don't even need to run it with Gunslinger, which is actually pretty nice because on Rodgers, you can actually just go Hot Route Master, set feet for 3 AP. If you want to toss on that extra, Gunslinger, you can for an extra 2. So that's going to cost you 5 AP, which is still not a bad setup. Hot Route, set feet, Gunslinger for 5. If you want to toss on gift wrap, that's 6 AP. But yeah, no X factors here, so you don't have to worry about the plays, turning off or turning on, all that stuff that you have to worry about with some of these other guys, which I like. So 6 AP for Rodgers. You're getting kind of what is a Konak quarterback. But to me, the top 2, debatably best release in the game. with great stats across the board. I think Aaron Rodgers is really, really good, but I still think he's probably A tier. I like his ability setups. I would have to put him behind Doug because Doug, to me, has traditional 4, gets a cheap setup. He gets lighted up, a backyard QB, which is obviously huge. Actually, I don't even think you run backyard QB on Doug, if I remember correctly. I think on Doug you run his gunslinger X Factor, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly with Doug Williams, I think you run gunslinger, then you go hot route, set feet for 5, and then you go gunslinger for that extra AP. So, that's the whole spiel with Doug. But same AP setup pretty much. But you get a better release and better speed with Doug Williams as well. And you can maybe argue Doug over Aikman. You maybe could, but I just like Aikman's. I like how cheap his ability setups are. But honestly, I would listen to a debate here because Doug's consistent. That X factor's on the whole game, and I like that. So maybe I'll actually do this. Maybe I'll actually move Doug Williams over. Yeah, I'll go with that. Next up, we got the Team of the Year, Josh Allen. And when I dropped the last tier list, there was definitely a lot of debate on this card. People had a bunch of different opinions on him. But I think he's actually pretty good, although these cards don't get X Factors again. I still like the set feet hot route combo right here, 2 AP. Like set feet hot route for 2 AP. You can run that by itself if you want to. Like you can really just run that. And then you could obviously add Gunslinger, which I do feel like he needs on his release. So Gunslinger, hot route, set feet for 4 AP with a pretty decent release. Like I think Josh Allen, he's like his release setup's still so good. His ability setup's still so good. His release is decent enough with Gunslinger. If you can deal with the release, you can run him for 2 AP and be very effective with him with his speed. And as a ball carrier, one of the best ball carrying QBs in the game with 95 carrying, 95 juke move. You can run the ball confidently with this guy and really don't have any issues. Like I'm not saying he's Lamar. He's not going to break a 75-yard run, but he can definitely someone that can get, you can pull a read option out with him and score a touchdown and run a guy over with his 98 trucking, 99 break tackle and his weight. You're definitely able to do that. So Josh Allen, to me, I do think he's an S tier. I still think he's S tier. I still really like Josh Allen. And I think he's going to knock somebody out of the top 5 that people are going to think should be in the top 5. But maybe not. I don't think so. But Josh Allen, I like his card a lot. I think he's quite underrated in the game right now. And that price tag, is it crazy? It's kind of crazy. I mean, $260. It's not awful. I've seen worse. And next up, we got Eli Manning. Okay, what does this say right here? Oh, wait. If you use the Manning Bros chemistry, you can add. I didn't even know this was a thing on these cards. It didn't even say this. It adds +5 speed to the card and then +10. So you get 81 speed. Okay, that's actually not bad. But again, these cards are going for 800K. So you're going to need 4 of them. So do the math. Okay. That's going to be a very expensive +10 speed on Eli Manning. They do add plus speed to all theme teams in some instances, which is pretty good, besides the Chiefs and the Niners theme teams. But yeah, if you add Peyton Manning into Eli Manning, you're going to get Fearless for free. So the best setup, I read some comments on Eli Manning, is actually going to be running Fearless. I believe it's Fearless. Oh, he gets 3 ability slots. So it's Fearless. Wait, no, he doesn't get 3 ability slots, does he? He didn't get. Wait, did he get 3 ability slots? He did not. Let me check that. Hold up. All right, let's see. I don't remember them having 3 ability slots. I only made this video yesterday. Did they give him an extra ability slot? 1, 2, 3. They did. No, now I gotta check my video. Wait, in my video, did they have 3 ability? No, they didn't. There's no way. Hold up. Yeah, so I just look right here. You see it? See how there's 4 slots before the last 2? Now there's 5 slots before the last 2. Last 2 slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they added an ability slot. So they added a bunch, like they added like these Manning. I don't know. When did they change all this? When I recorded my video yesterday, it was not like that at all. So, yeah, I don't know. And that does change some things because now I gotta think about, like, I did this tier list last night thinking they only had 2 ability slots, but now they got 3. So what can you run now? Fearless. So you're definitely gonna want to run Fearless. I feel like probably the move on these guys is probably still Fearless, Gunslinger, Set Feet for 2, and then you run Tactician. I think on Eli. Oh, this is wait, Eli doesn't get Omaha. Mud.GG doesn't get Omaha now. No, he does get Omaha now. What is going? Dude, when did all this change? Bro, so if you put in Peyton, you get Omaha now. When did they, dude, when I made this video yesterday, none of this was in the game. I didn't even know they changed this. This is crazy. Yeah, so maybe I'm taken back by this right now. I don't know, like the best setup might be because you save 2 AP with Gunslinger. I feel like you need Slinger, though. I feel like you do, because Slinger 5 to me, and also Eli doesn't have tight spirals on yes, so some of the balls come out and feel wobbly and not as fast, so you need Set Feet. I feel like you need Gunslinger. Those are 2 necessary abilities. And if you're going to power them up, you might as well use Fearless. So you have Fearless, Gunslinger, Set Feet, and then Tactician, right? That's probably what I would run. That's probably it. Again, the only issue with that is it turns on, comes back, turns on, comes back. But if you do feel like you're running into problems with that, you can just give them a setup with Hot Route Master and you're fine. But Fearless is pretty nice for free. I don't think really Fearless for, you know, maybe Peyton, maybe, like really no one else is really worth it to me too much because you're trading too much. But for free, I mean, free is tough to beat. So originally Eli was going to be A tier, but that 3rd ability bucket I think does put him in the top 5. It just has to. Like 3 ability buckets at quarterback with amazing discounts. Regardless of speed, regardless of release, I think Slinger 3 is better than Slinger 5, but still to me, that is beautiful. So I got to put Eli up there. On my original tier list, I didn't have Eli up there. But I have to do it now because 3 ability slots, and he adds an X Factor, and he gets this plus 10. I don't even know where all this came from. I made a whole video on these cards. I broke them all down. This was not in the game. I'm bewildered. All right, while we're here, we might as well talk Peyton too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Eli's more expensive. I'm very taken back by all this. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So Peyton Manning is at 900K right now. What the heck? Let's see the ability setups now. So let's say we go, I think Hot Route for free is a must. I think Gunslinger for free is a must, and Set Feet is a must. The only issue, so I would say that's the setup if you're not running Tactician. And I think that's probably the more consistent setup, and then you can just run Omaha. Does Eli, I mean, does Peyton get a new X Factor? He does get Threat Detector too, so you're able to kind of get the best of both right there. So if you're going to run Hot Route Master, run Omaha is what I would say. I don't like Threat Detector as an AKA X Factor because it has to be on for 3rd and 4th down. If it only turned on for 3rd and 4th down, that'd be great, but it's going to be on 1st down, 2nd down. That's going to waste your cooldowns when the abilities, or when the X Factor's on. Omaha to me, I think is probably the best if you're going to run Hot Route Master for free, which Peyton does get. If you're going to run Tactician, run Fearless then. Run Fearless, Gunslinger, Set Feet for that little extra AP, but still it's only a 3 AP setup. And, 4 AP because Tactician's 1 AP, so that's not bad. And then Omaha, you can run, being able to run Gunslinger, Hot Route, Set Feet for 2 AP with Omaha X Factor is pretty insane. Damn, Payne, I think I had Payne at number like 4, but I think he's got to jump some people, man. I mean, for right now, he's top of S tier. I like his card more than Eli's. It felt better to me. It played better to me. I like the release better. Which obviously is an opinion. If you like Slinger 5, you might go Eli, but yeah, I don't know. That setup on Peyton, it seems pretty glitchy to me. And I like being able to go away from an X Factor, a Hot Route X Factor that is pretty inconsistent, which, with when it's on and when it's off. I think that's a good idea. So Peyton, I say that, dude, I didn't know they added this. Dude, they made these cards better. Crazy. I didn't think they could do that, but they did. I didn't even know, bro. Okay. Let's go on the next card. Okay, on to the next. We got Will Levis. This one, oh man, these next 3 quarterbacks are going to be so tough to put. I thought I had this thing set, but Peyton Manning just being better, it really has affected this. But Will Levis, a very underrated card. He came out weekly wild card, so people don't really care about weekly wild cards. So he may have flown under the radar a little bit, but he's obviously a demon. You see these stats right here? They're pretty stupid, aren't they? They're pretty stupid stats. 92 carrying, can break tackles. He's kind of like Josh Allen ball carrier wise. Not as good of a juke move, but still kind of like Josh Allen ball carrier wise. 99 throw under pressure, 99 throw power. These accuracy stats, 6'3", can run like this. Good strength, and he's got Slinger 1. So this is kind of like a Rodgers fantasy prototype. This is what Rodgers thinks he is in his dreams. This is Rodgers pre-Achilles, I'm pretty sure. That's exactly what that is. But look at the abilities here. So he does get 2 ability slots, but the move, I believe there is a good setup on this card. I just gotta figure. Okay, so he doesn't need Gunslinger because he has Slinger 1, but you can run Gunslinger. Like Hot Route, Set Feet for 2, I like, or even Pocket Deadeye if you don't need Hot Route is pretty good too. But Set Feet, Hot Route for 3, and then going Gunslinger for 5. And then going Gift Wrap for 6. It's still not a bad setup. To me, that's a setup that puts you into Mahomes level, which he's not on here yet, but we're going to talk about him in a second. But it puts you into Mahomes level, and then you also consider the fact that Will Levis has a better release. Will Levis is faster. Will Levis is just better. That's going to put Will Levis up here. I originally had Will Levis in front of Peyton, but these setups are just too tough. I think I got to put Levis behind Peyton. like this setup. Like that comes down to play style so much. If you want a QB that can run, you're not going to pick Peyton Manning. If you're someone that can sit back in the pocket and dissect and is willing to give other X factors and abilities, or I mean not X factors, but abilities to other players on your team, go for it. And also, even with Peyton, I didn't even think about this. You don't even have to run an X factor on him for him to have a 2 AP setup. You don't even got to run an X factor, and that can open up 2 vanguards and an angry runs for you. Or like a vanguard, that could open up so much for an offense just by sacrificing your QB's X factor because your abilities are good enough where you can cover it up. That's actually pretty valuable too. So I'm gonna stick by this. I think Peyton should be over Levis, but I like Levis a lot. I really do. And that one's tough. That one's tough to do right there. I can't lie. Next man up is AR-15. So Anthony Richardson here. He's pretty much Bo Jackson, right? He's pretty much Bo Jackson, but he doesn't get traditional 4. That's pretty much what he is right now. Like, the speed's obviously amazing. The passing's amazing. He's 6'4". He's a good height. Ball carrier wise, see what I mean right here? 71 carrying on a guy that can run is concerning. Like, you still got to be very wary of taking hits and going out of bounds and sliding. When a guy like Josh Allen or Will Levis, you can take a couple hits and be okay. As long as you're protecting and not eating hit sticks, you should be okay. But Richardson, to me, he's like Bo Jackson, just slightly worse. That's basically what this card is. People will say, no, but the throw under pressure. There's ways to cover up. There's ways to cover up Bo's throw under pressure. It's quite easy. Once you do it, he turns into a beast. You don't have that issue anymore. All you gotta do. I'll talk about it whenever I get to Bo Jackson, of course. But AR-15, great card. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, the setup's gonna be gunslinger, set feet, tactician. With maybe if you want to go gift wrapped, you can do it. So AR originally I had it like this, but now I'm gonna move Peyton over both these guys and. Yeah, I'm happy with that right there. Let's go with that. Let's go with that right there. Okay, we now have Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be in the battle for the 5 spot. I have moved Mahomes up a pretty considerable amount since the last video. I still think he's aged well. Some cards that kind of phase quickly. Mahomes is still pretty good to me. The only problem is the release. I hate his release. It's brutal. It's brutal to play with. People are going to say, but he's a 99 overall. How is he not number 1? I love those comments for real. Those are hilarious to me. But down here, you're going to see, again, like, how does Mahomes not get 3 buckets as a 99, but they gave Eli 3 buckets as a 98? When did this happen? I still don't know when it happened. I need to know when it happened. Either way, Gunslinger, I think you have to run Gunslinger on Patty. I think it's Gunslinger set feet, right? You go Gunslinger set feet for 3, and then you go with Backyard QB for free, right? We're still at 3, then you'll gift wrap, that's 4. So that's the setup on Mahomes. That's pretty solid. Only problem is the release. That's the problem. And the release is a pretty big part of a card. And if you wanted to, you could go like running gun or something like that, I guess. Running gun's pretty good as an ability, but then you gotta run hot route master, then you gotta run Seffi with hot route for 4, and you can't run a gunslinger, which is tough. There's different ways you can definitely run this card, but I think that's the first way I said is probably the best way to do it. With that being said, Mahomes, oh man, this one's so tough because originally I had Mahomes over Eli. I did. But that 3rd bucket on Eli makes it interesting. Again, it comes down to play style. It comes down to if you're rolling out a lot. It comes down to if you need to rely on that. But man, Eli getting Fearless for free, even the setups on Eli are pretty good. If we go back to Eli and look at him, and I'm going to try to build like a non-X Factor setup here on Eli. You can still go Fearless, Hot Route, Set Feet, which you're only at 3 AP, and then Gunslinger, you're at 5 AP for all 4 of those abilities. And then as your X Factor, you can just run Omaha or no X Factor at all. That's pretty crazy to me. I think with that, I know the physicals on Eli are a huge turnoff, and his release is bad, but it's not bad, but it's better than Mahomes' release at least. I think I gotta put Eli in front of Patty. I think Eli made the top 5 before coming into this video. He was not top 5, but he's leaving in top 5 today. Good for Eli, man. Good for him, bro. And all I'm going to say is them changing Eli and Peyton is suspicious to me, especially right before a big promo. I will say that right now. It just is suspicious. So maybe save your coins and wait till Thursday if you're looking to buy Eli or Peyton. But yeah, the next card we got here, the man who I unfortunately believe is the best QB in the game is Bo Jackson. And I know people are going to roll their eyes. I know I saw some comments saying I was part of the problem of the Bo Jackson problem because I was the one that kept requesting him, or I was the one that kept not requesting him, but saying he was good. So that's my bad. That one's on me. I want to see the normal price, but that's on me. Bo Jackson is still the best QB in the game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I will say, if you're bored of using the card, switch off, because you're going to stop playing the game. You're going to hate the game if you keep using a card that you're just bored with using. And I'm getting close to that point. I'm getting close to that point right now where I'm getting sick of Bo Jackson. Maybe want to try someone new. But the only problem is I'm cornered by my theme team. I can't really I'm not really flexible right now. You know what I mean? It's like I gotta kind of stick with Bo. But 98 speed, 99 acceleration, obviously crazy, right? Throw power, crazy. As a ball carrier, he's good. The carrying could be higher in my opinion, but still very, very good. Moves like Bo Jackson's running back does, which is obviously crazy. Passing stats. Only problem is throwing under pressure. That's the only issue. If you cover that up, he has no holes at all. He's the best release in the game. His ability setups are also even pretty good. The only problem with his ability setup is just waiting for those 9 plays to pass. And to me, it's much better just waiting those 9 plays and knowing you're not going to have hot route master for those 9 plays. And it's the first 9 plays of the game. Most of the time, you're not having a big snap, a big snap or a big play early in the game. If it's just the first 9 plays on offense. So you're going to have it for the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, compared to AKA where it turns on, comes back, turns on, comes back, turns on, comes back. Tactician, to me, is very good. You get conductor, you get playmaker, you get basically 4 abilities in one, which is pretty good. And not to mention, Bo does get set feet, and you can even go gunslinger on him too, which is pretty good. Or if you really just didn't want to go tactician, you could even go set feet. I do feel like gunslinger is kind of needed on Bo, so you could go set feet, hot route, and then gunslinger, which leaves you at 5 AP, and then you could go with like a Truz X Factor if you wanted to, just kind of get rid of the whole X Factor thing if you don't like it. But to me, Bo is still the best QB in the game. I don't think anything's going to change that in my eyes. I know people aren't going to like that Bo's number 1. I get it, but you got to face the truth here. Like, he just is the best. He just is. He just is, in my opinion. So those are our top 5 QBs. You got Bo Jackson number 1, Peyton 2, Will Levis 3, and the Richardson number 4, which is pretty good. And then we got Eli number 5. I did not think Eli was going to make the top 5 today, but those abilities, getting that extra bucket was huge for Eli to me, and Peyton as well. I also had Peyton behind these 2 guys too. So that did change a lot. That third ability bucket does change a lot. So very suspicious that they would do that after the cards came out and not even say anything about it. Interesting. And also, was that plus 10? Was that plus 10 thing even a thing? No, they added this. Like, look, if you go back and watch my video, this was not a thing. The Manning Bros chemistry was not a thing yesterday when I made that video. Like, if you have both Peyton and Eli getting plus 10 speed, like 83 speed Peyton, like, he might be the best. Maybe he is. Depends. All right, I'm going to get out of here. See you boys in the next one. Have a good day. And always, thank you for watching today's video.